One, two, one, two. Testing, testing.
Challenges of competing for junior women. The shape
I
wafer
am
is
talking in my microphone.
lower
That's too low. That sounds perfect. Thank you.
My volume is quite alright. Thank you.
Perfect.
double tire shape 100 kilos push paddle.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 2026 IPF World Sub Junior and Junior Classic and Equipped Powerlifting Championships, live from Sun City, South Africa, brought to you by none other than Eleiko and SBD. This morning, my name is Erasm Ivans, as per usual, and I'm joined by Alexandre Nodin, the French commentator force. We have the 57s ahead of us. It's going to be one group of 12 athletes. Things are looking fairly close, not for the lead. Eva Infantino of France is looking pretty set on winning, just looking at the openers. But then from second down to seventh, there's only a 17.5 kilo spread.
Absolutely exciting times ahead. And when you look at the forecast, it looks unpredictable because the nominated second, Emily
Biathlon.
Olin, is forecasted fifth. The nominated 11th, Hala from Egypt, is forecasted fourth. So who knows what's to come?
Absolutely. Nominations, of course, don't tell the whole story. We're starting with Haniam Khalid of Iceland, opening at 120.
Smooth start to our competition. Three white lights.
We're receiving Lisa Uli Shafi from Norway. She
So even for the individual squat medals, it's looking very, very close. We have Olin opening at 157.5, Hikal at 160, Infantino 162.5, Soto Arcos at 165, Azi at 165, and Weinstein at 165. Any of those could take any spot on the podium, depending on how this plays out. Up next, we have Sadia Shafi of Norway, opening at
Tarzan.
132.5. Lowered her opener by 2.5 kilos. Not worrying, maybe just wants to be a little more secure getting that first attempt.
Seems like a very reasonable opener to me. It's going to be three white lights. A good lift for Team Norway.
Number 36,
Lowering by 2.5 bit gave it that extra speed, that good momentum boost.
second
So a good
Uli.
start to our competition.
Up next, we have Aria Mandano of New Zealand, 137.5.
A squat stance that cannot get narrower. 3 white lights. Somehow does not receive a red from the front, so she made it very convincing. As we're very used to seeing those squat receiving reds from the front.
Five golden.
Up next, of Spain, we have Leire Ornaichaya opening at 147.5. Another very narrow stance.
But this one does receive 3 reds. Unanimous lack of depth. Was it egregiously high? What do you think based on the replay, Raza?
I wouldn't say it's outrageously high. I can understand the 3 reds. It was definitely high, but I don't think she's
Five
missing
golden.
much.
So what's the call? Do you bump up the attempt by a little or do you retake?
Maybe 2.5 at most. It wasn't a super fast opener. I'm sure it was comfortable for her, but it wasn't super fast, so I would not take too much of a risk. Annabelle Cox now of Great Britain, 150. Another narrow stance.
To his
This
final
time it's 2 to
server,
1, a red from
Eleni
one
Herrera,
side
AJ
referee.
squad 252.5. It should be followed by Owen Ning Ka.
The thing is, she's nominated with 173 as her best squat, and we would have expected her to take big jumps, but when you receive a red, does that
Five red.
reduce the jump you're about to take or no?
I think if you just receive 1 red, you have to go on with the game plan and try and keep at least the depth you had on your first attempt. Eleni Herrera of the United States up next at 152.5. We're halfway through the class, and these are now the athletes who all have a very reasonable chance at a podium.
I'm pretty sure that was not the start she had expected. 3 white lights, but what a difficult opener.
And that looked very heavy.
Be followed by Nihal Sahatina.
Perhaps she's just a rather slow squatter. Do you think any technical issue appeared there that she could fix?
I mean, only one of the knee caved in,
Five
which is
golden.
a little unusual. I saw the elbows pushing against the thighs a little bit. Could have received a yellow. So I don't think you want to be too ambitious with that next squat.
157.5 now for Emily Olin of Sweden. She was nominated second, currently predicted fifth, but of course it's very close in that fight.
Very solid opener.
Three
Without a
red.
doubt, 3 white lights, but we know squat isn't the real variable. What we are waiting to see is her bench on the day. This is where she creates separation, and it wasn't necessarily her best outing last time on the platform in terms of bench press.
Five
We'll see
golden.
how she looks today.
Yeah, went 1 for 3 in bench at Worlds. Just her technique not particularly suited to the new set of rules. She has to work to adapt, and we'll see if how much progress she's been able to manage in these few months. Up next, Hala Hikal of Egypt, opening at 160.
Great tension on the way down. That's a very solid opener for the least experienced of the flight. Three white lights.
Absolutely, really good technique, really good control.
Bar is good.
162.5 now for Eva Infantino of France. She's the favorite in the class. She's predicted about 30 or so kilos ahead of the field. But of course, we've seen big swings even in the last round of deadlifts yesterday in the 59s.
Yep, it's what you do on the day that matters. 162.5 to establish dominance from the start. Three white lights, a good lift, and do not let the speed make you think that she's not looking good. She's a real grinder.
Uh, I, I remember that from seeing her in a couple other competitions. She does not squat fast, but she can squat real
Bar is
good.
good.
And you can even see their knees cave in. About halfway up, they come out, and suddenly she gets a speed boost. Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos of Chile now, 165 is the weight of the last three openers. She will be third on body weight if all three openers are made. Ooh,
The bar rolled down while pushing, so that's gonna make for a no lift, unfortunately. But she's experienced. I think she can recover. She finished sixth last year in Costa Rica. At the moment, this is where she's forecasted in the weight class. I'm pretty sure she wants to do better than last year.
absolutely, but she's gonna have to get some squats on the board in order to do that. Julie Azi of Lebanon now opening at 165. She'll be first after round one if she gets this on the board.
A little bit segmented, but three white lights. She's on the board.
Next one, we will try
A lot of
165.
repositioning of the hips and torso in regards to the bar during the way up.
Bar is good.
But it seems to work very well for her. She will be the leader after the first round. We have Ellie Weinstein of USA also coming out for 165. She's slightly heavier than Julie.
Wow, that is the most comfortable opener we've seen, even though it's the heaviest. Three white lights, a good lift.
Really nice
Just
technique
built the squat.
squat on the floor.
Definitely, she's looking
Amazing.
up.
165
She's
is
nominated
the
7th, but I'm
perfect
sure
squat for
she
shocking in men in the world.
wants to cover some ground.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting a personal best attempt in the second round. For
Bar
that
is good.
is
So
172.5 that's needed.
these are the standings after round one. We have Azi leading on body weight from Weinstein and Infantino in bronze with 162.5, with two athletes still off the board. Starting round two, we have Hanyem Khalid of Iceland going for 130, a jump of 10.
A squat that pleases the crowd but does not please the referees. No lift, all three reds.
Next, go to Andrea Kaiser.
Understandable call. She's too folded for her hips to lower enough.
Yeah, I think she tried to go too far back with her hips, folded forward with her torso instead of going slightly more down. 140 now for Sadia Shafi of Norway.
A little bit of suspense from a fight. Look good. 3 white lights. Successful jump of 7.5. I'm not sure that we can expect a linear strategy, but maybe another 5.
I think a 5 would be reasonable here. 142.5 now for Arya Mandino of New Zealand.
Coming in with the my knees could never type of stance.
I can definitely feel you on that. Knees, hips, everything feels like it's 60 years old.
And another 3 whites. It works wonders.
Yeah, she's looking really good.
42.5 to be followed by
It's gonna be a
Kat
tough
and
job to
Nicole.
fight her way up the rankings because it's so close. But with consistency, you can position yourself to capitalize if there are any mistakes. Now, one of the two athletes without a squat on the board as of yet, Leire Ornechaya of Spain.
Yeah, Team Spain with the safe move. Retaking the weight, especially when it's only 5 below our PB. Depth looking a little better. Is it enough? Yes, it is. 3 white lights.
On the board is
I think we said that
straight broken 150
she missed it, but not by much. Just needed to go a little lower, and she could convince all three refs.
Now you don't want to overreach and be too greedy with the call. I think going for the planned second is the move.
Barty.
Annabelle Cox of Great Britain going for 155. It was a 2-to-1 call. A depth from the left side referee. A bit of suspense now.
Referee pedals, please. Pedals, please, in three, two, one. 3 white
And this
pedals
time
in
it's three
favor
white
of
lights, a good lift
Cox.
for Cox.
Next out would be Guerrera from USA, same weight, 155.
And it's going to be same
Bardo.
weight of 155 for Eleni Guerrera of USA. Oh, and she has trouble receiving the start command. I think the bar might be too low on her back, and she was not fully extended.
The thing is, the bar is crooked on her back. I think on the left side it's perfectly fine, but on the right side it's a little too low.
Now gets up.
Pedals, please. Referee
Fortunately, the
in
remotes are
three,
not working, so we're
two,
not going to be
one.
getting the real colors, but it's all reds, and it's probably a bit of
Next
depth
out
and
would
bar
be Sophie
positioning.
Uphoff from
Yeah,
Chile.
that's troubling.
But we've mentioned our opener to be a little too difficult.
That is true. I think just movement-wise, this was faster and easier than her opener, but
Yeah, but higher, so
did not satisfy the requirements. Final athlete without a squat on the board is out now. Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos of Chile, repeating 165.
it was not a question of depth this time, it was downwards movement because the bar rolled back.
Just wants to keep the upper back tight, keep the bar in position.
No bar rolling. Is it going to make for a successful
Get ready
attempt?
to pose, please. In three, two, one. Three whites.
Yes, three
Ignacia Soto
whites.
Arcos.
So we have
Next
everybody
up
on the
will
board
be
now.
Eva from Sweden. 165 stays on the bar.
The thing is, that was not the easiest either. It was supposed to be the opener, but coming out stressed out because you missed it in the first
Five
round.
all.
Now you're not in the best headspace possible. I think a 5 is the maximum jump I would take.
Emily Olin up next at 165.
This would be 2.5 more than what she squatted at Worlds, but domestically she squatted 170.
Oh, that's a strong looking second.
Yeah, there's going to be
Everyone
3
exit
whites.
the finish
So the thing is
circle
now, can
now.
she reproduce that 170 she did at home at 60 body weight?
ID.
Well, judging from that second, if she's got at least a
Five
little bit of
all.
an ability to grind through a squat, which I think she does, she should be able to get the 170. It's not going to be easy, but she should be able to get it.
A third attempt is not supposed to be easy.
That is correct. Hala Hikal of Egypt now, 167.5. A ruthlessly efficient first squat.
Very refined technique in the first round, jumping 7.5 can make a huge difference. And you know what? It looks just about the same. Do we have an outsider emerging?
Two
Oh, this
whites
time,
in the
unfortunately,
boys
it's no
end.
depth, two
Next up is
reds.
Infantino,
I was
France.
watching from the perspective she
165
got the
pounds.
white
Get
light from, and I
ready.
thought she was okay. I'm certain that the jury will take a look at that. We'll see if
Bar is ready.
they come to an agreement.
Jury's not liking that squat apparently. Well, that is interesting.
Eva Infantino going for 170. And that looks just about the same as her opener.
Trickery pedals, please. In
Waiting for the lights
three,
once again, or
two, one.
the pedals.
Three
It's
whites
three white
end.
pedals, a
Next
good
up,
lift.
See,
Infantino,
back-to-back small
75 pounds.
grinders from
Position
Eva.
165 on the bar. Oh, 170 on the bar, sorry.
So
Bar is ready.
Infantino jumps into the lead. We'll see how long she stays there, because we have Julie Azi of Lebanon coming out at 170. Will be overtaking Infantino on body weight.
But the thing is, Eva Fortino has been very consistent with her squat progress, almost adding 5 from meets to meets. Personal best of 172.5. We'll see what they're going to be going with. Are they playing for the 5? Maybe playing for the squat medal? Looks like it's going to be a 5.
It's a proper grind. Goes through.
She grinded it out, but was it deep enough for Julie from
Get ready,
Lebanon?
panelists, please. In
I see one
three,
red getting
two,
ready to be thrown
one.
up. One, two, and three.
Unfortunately, though,
Unfortunately,
next
no lift for lack
the
of
next
depth.
out will be
That is
120
really
kilos
unfortunate
in
because that's going to be
5
hard even to
between 0 to
repeat.
30 minutes.
Yeah, most definitely.
So final lift of the second round is 175 for
Bars
Ellie
loaded.
Weinstein of USA. With this, she'll be guaranteed on the podium and most likely at least silver.
Our opener did look very fast, very convincing, but a jump of 10 is a lot. Personal best attempt of 5.
That's a solid looking second.
Yep, that is no trouble for Weinstein.
Referees, panels, please. In three, two, one. Three white lights
It's three
for
white lights, a
Ms.
good lift.
Weinstein. We can get to the starting grid round.
That is guaranteed
130
silver
minutes
at
starting,
least, and I
please.
do think she has another
130
2.5 to
kilos
take
by
squad
Charlie
gold.
Yep,
in Mandano.
squad gold is hers to lose.
Bars loaded.
And we're already into the final round with 130 for Haniam Khalid of Iceland. We have Weinstein leading from Infantino and Azi now. She got 3 reds on her previous try at 130. She's gonna have to go a little lower.
Two to one
It's a 2 to 1 this time.
for next up will be Shafi from
She
Norway,
gets the 130.
145 on the bar. She'll be followed by Mandino in overhead K press. The bar is loaded.
145 now for Sadia Shafi of Norway.
3 white lights
Three white
boys.
lights.
Next out
Yeah,
will
they went
be
with the same
Burundi,
2.5. We thought
145 on the
5
bar.
could be in the cards, but going 3 for
The
3
bar is
is
loaded.
better than emptying the tank and missing the third.
Absolutely. Every kilo you add onto your total is a kilo you are closer to being able to challenge for whatever place is challengeable in the final rounds. Aria Mandino of New Zealand, 145. The minimal jump is 2.5. Of course, better to add 2.5 than to add nothing. Oh, just loses it at the
Unfortunately,
bottom,
at the bottom of the
unfortunately.
set, spotters and loaders. Next out will be overhead K press from Spain,
Coach asking her if she
165.
feels fine. Looks like she is fine, which is good.
It was a strange miss, like she.
Yeah, a very abrupt
Bars loaded.
movement of the arms made the ball roll. No lift.
Leire Ormatechea of Spain, going for 152.5 after retaking 147.5.
Yeah, a jump of 5. Match personal best if successful.
Looks about what a solid second attempt would look. Of course, with the
Unfortunately,
repeat of the opener, she gets the most she can.
I mean, reproducing your personal best from home on the other side of the world is already quite good enough.
Absolutely.
Bars loaded.
Another reattempt. from the second round, we have Eleni Guerrera of USA.
What are the odds, Liza?
I'd say about a 60-40 she makes it if she approaches this with confidence.
First things first, bar positioning. Will her position be accepted?
No, it is not.
Yep, left side completely disagrees, just like our chief ref, because the bar is still crooked on her back. It's lower on the right side. That that is probably not going to be accepted.
Oh,
Yeah, that's unfortunate. 20 seconds to receive the command.
take your time. Reset. Nope. That is
The
unfortunate.
thing is, those sorts of things are super difficult to correct on the day. If she's been prepping for this for 6 months with that bar positioning, she's not going to be able to change now.
All that is unfortunate. She times out, and that is a no lift. We have Annabelle Cox up next, 157.5. Oh, and that is an absolute grinder. Unfortunately, a no lift, 3 reds.
Yeah, it looks different than her previous attempts, and referees are going to see that live. Unfortunately, no lift, but only loses out on 2.5.
Yeah, she got the most she could on the day. Although I think it's a bit of a shame because it was a doable jump. I think she cut depth and lost some of the bounce from the bottom. Emily all in now, 167.5. They're deciding to take the minimal jump, which will still bring her into the deadlift medal positions, of course, with 5 lifters to go after her.
And it's a personal best in the weight class. Yes, she squatted 117 in the past, but she's 3 kgs lighter than when she did. Three white lights, a good lift, a 3 for 3 provisional squat bronze for Olin.
She's
If
super happy about that.
If bench is there today, she's a real serious contender for second overall, maybe first if Eva Infantino skips us a bit.
Yeah, if there is any sign of weakness from Infantino, I think Olin and Weinstein are going to be ready to try and capitalize on that. Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos of Chile now going for 170. Try and get into squad bronze. Oh, unfortunately this time it's 3 reds. Looking from it live, I didn't think it was outrageously high. Maybe just missing a little bit, but a little bit on all sides, so none of the referees were convinced.
Yeah, exactly. 3 reds is not an intensity, it's just that it's perceivable from all 3 angles.
So that will be Ignacia off the podium. Still have 4 contenders. Hala Hikal of Egypt going for 170. She missed 167.5 on depth. It was a 2-to-1. And I think what the jury was not super happy about was her starting position and the pre-hinge she does.
She stands up with it. How about the lights this time?
It's 3 white lights. She's on the squat podium.
And great way to trust your gut too, just adding another 2.5 after getting double red and disagreed on by the referees and the jury.
A real solid job from Team Egypt there. She's into squat silver, but can still be displaced off the podium. Julie Azi of Lebanon coming up next. 170, a retake from second round. This will bring her into squat silver and guarantee her at least a bronze. Unfortunately, she can't grind through this time. Lost a lot of fatigue with that second grinder.
And some costly misses, because 5 in the middle of the pack of this weight class is 3 to 4 positions.
Absolutely. The field is spreading out a little bit. We have a more clear top 3 or top 4 emerging now. 175 for Eva Infantino. This is gonna put her into squat gold with only Weinstein to follow, so at least silver.
And there it is. That's signature squat grind from Eva Infantino, 2 to 1. A good left provisional squat gold.
That was right on the money with attempt selection. I know she can grind, but I don't think 2.5 kilos more would have been there. And one final squat in the 57s is for Ellie Weinstein of USA, 182.5. This is going to be a massive personal best for her and bring her into serious contention.
Absolutely. And for the record, jury's moved on. They are liking the squat of Eva Infantino. Yeah, that squat goal was going to be hers from the start. 3 white lights for Weinstein.
That is a great third attempt. Maybe even a couple of kilos left more in the tank.
But what do you know? This is already a huge personal best.
Massive, massive, massive. So rankings after the squats in the 57s, we have Hikal in bronze with 170, Infantino in silver with 175, and Weinstein in gold with a massive personal best at 185. These are the projected totals, so it's looking like Infantino still has a pretty sizable lead. Weinstein sort of emerging as a clear favorite for the second, but of course a lot can still change. Then we have Hikal, Olin, Herrera, and Soto Arcos, possibly even Azi and Cox, still in contention for the bottom steps of the podium.
Yeah, bench is going to be interesting. It's a pivotal lift for Olin, and an outsider has emerged in Hikal. So all to play for still to complete the podium in this weight class. Looks like we'll be back in about 19 minutes time because it's only one group. So see you then.
See you then. And just like that, we are back with the 2026 IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Classic and Equipped Powerlifting Championships live from Sun City, South Africa. With you, the infamous French-Slovenian duo, Razi and Alex, and we are in for the bench press session of the 57s, openers ranging from 67.5 up to 110 for Emily Olin, which is, for Emily, quite a routine number. She's hit far more than that, but her technique and the current bench press rules are not the best friends. So this is going to be the thing we'll be focusing most on here.
Yeah, we know she's a 120-ish bencher, but can she meet the standards is the question.
First out is Hanyam Khalid of Iceland, opening at 67.5. Very easy opener.
Yep, 3 white lights, a good lift. Hoping to see 10 more of that.
Up next at 72.5 is Arya Mandeno of New Zealand. Lowered her opener by 2.5, and there's quite a lot of athletes who have lowered the openers slightly. There's no reason for alarm, just they want to be sure.
3 white lights, and I think I recognize a previous sinker.
Most likely.
But no upper body thrust whatsoever, so 3 white lights.
Absolutely. She does sink the bar slightly into her chest, but she does not use the thrust to get the bar going. So that is well within the confines of the IPF technical rulebook. And already on the platform, we have Julie Azi of Lebanon, opening at 77.5.
Makes great use of a closer grip, 3 white lights.
Up next at 80 and also lowering her opener by 5 is Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos of Chile.
I can understand lowering by 5, especially when you just went 1 for 3 in the squat. See, she just needed an easy attempt to spark back the flame, and now she's back in action.
Absolutely, it's all about building up momentum. If you want to put yourself in the best position possible in the long run, in the 9 attempt competition, it's really important to build up momentum, get attempts on the board. 82.5 now for Ellie Weinstein of USA. She took squat gold with quite a dominant performance of 182.5, well ahead of the field. She's mid-pack in bench press, so this is where she tries to keep up. A very fast opener.
Yeah, keeping up in the bench, yes, but by improving her squat by 12.5, she's now forecasted second to Infantino in the weight class.
Annabelle Cox of Great Britain now for 87.5. Three white lights, good lift for Cox.
5:30, followed by Maria at the same weight, 5:30.
Yeah, she was nominated fourth. Maybe looking ahead, but she's gonna have a top time if she wants to hang with the top dogs of the weight class.
Yeah, she's lost quite a few kilos in squats, just seemingly not quite on her top form. Bench looks better. Have Hala Hikal of Egypt opening at 87.5.
Just 2.5 her PB of 90 kilos. She's clearly here to beat the odds.
Maria Iversen is set weight women at the US
That moves like a
Championship
solid opener.
class.
3 white lights, and she's all smiles as she walks off the platform, having herself a day so far.
5:30.
Eleni Guerrera now of USA, also opening at 87.5. This is 7.5 off her personal best, and she's definitely in contention for a podium spot.
3 white lights, a good start to her bench, but the thing is,
From Norway,
she lost big time in the squad event.
Iversen
Podium
24.
contention, yes, but I think silver overall might
5:30.
already be gone.
We're going to see how things develop throughout the bench. Sadia Shafi of Norway up next at 90.
Maria
3 white lights, a
Constantino
good
is
lift.
set weight women at 87 and 85 kilos and about to be started by Antonio Oras. 5:30.
Would be tough for her to contend for the overall medals, but bench press might be in the cards if something should go wrong for any of the top three. Speaking of which, three openers remaining. First is Leira Ormachea of Spain, opening at 95.
Very questionable elbow depth on the right side, which makes for double reds, no lift. Just like in the squad event, she's gonna have to retake her opener.
As if you look at the replay,
5:30.
oh yeah, very asymmetrical. Left elbow, I think it's completely fine. The right one, way higher up. Eva Infantino of France, going for 105.
Very tight first bench, 3 white lights.
Ellen is weighing 103 kilograms.
And
Four for
now,
four, not skipping a beat, just showing that she's the favorite for a reason.
absolutely, and so far no signs of weakness whatsoever from her. Now for the moment we've been waiting for since the start of the bench press session. This is gonna tell us how the podium fight is gonna go. 110 on the bar for Emily Olin of Sweden.
And this can go one or two ways. It could turn out to be a 1 for 3 day or a world record attempt day.
I don't think there's gonna be anything in between, yeah.
Super easy, 3 white lights.
Iversen
And Lily Allen is on the board.
That is a night and day difference with her bench at the World Championships 2 months ago. Very clean, no thrusting, and very easy 110. So after round one, we have Olin in the lead with 110, Infantino with 105 in second, and Shafi with 90 in third, with Romaechea off the board, missing on depth. Starting off round two, we have Hanian Khalid of Iceland going for 72.5.
To the one, he could lift the first yellow in the bench press. Could be for the heels, the glutes, the command, the hand on the bar. You pick your poison.
Hands seem okay. There's definitely movement in the glute area, but from the replay angle, you can't really see the glutes because of the positioning of her legs. I think it was okay though. Didn't seem to totally break contact, but of course the jury is going to have the last say. Arya Mandano of New Zealand, 75 kilos. Still looking really solid, 3 white lights.
Yeah, what in the speed boost bench is this? Super speedy on the way up.
Just pop. Julie Azi of Lebanon going for 80. No problems there, 3 white lights. Josefa Soto Arcos now going for 85. Trying to grab all the kilos she can.
And unlike in the squat, she's going to be able to score another attempt.
Yeah, and I think there's still plenty of room for a third there. Ellie Weinstein now of USA, 87.5.
Very speedy for a match personal best at 3 white lights. Really having a solid outing so far. 5 for 5. Contender for silver overall. And maybe even first. You never know with the progress she's made on her squat. Plus 12. Now looking to PR her bench. If she can add another 12 to her deadlift, she's in contention.
Absolutely, and it all depends on the jumps she and Eva will be taking. 90 now for Annabelle Cox of Great Britain. And that is a no lift, unfortunately. Just not having the best time out today.
Five seconds.
Do you think anything she could fix for a third?
She seems slightly tilted to her right, but it's marginal. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference for the third.
Hala Hikawa of Egypt now, 92.5.
Personal best of 2.5 if successful.
Yeah, she's just chipping away at her personal bests, and she has already climbed far up the board.
Nicely done. 3 white lights. New personal best of 2.5 for Hala. And who would have thought that the nominated 11th would be pushing Emily Olin for the podium?
Eleni Herrera of USA now at 92.5. Oh, this one's significantly tougher than the opener.
3 white lights.
I don't think there's much more left.
Yeah, but still, she successful with a jump of 5. She's trying to keep composure heading in the game after going for 1 for 3 in the squat. That's tippable.
No, add 2.5 more and you're within a reasonable shot of a medal. 95 now for Sadia Shafi of Norway. Three white lights, a good lift.
That was the Eritrea from Spain, retaking 95 kilos from her opener. The bar is loaded.
Now the only lifter not on the board yet, Leire Ormaechea of Spain. Retaking 95, she needs to get the right elbow slightly lower.
Is that enough of an adjustment to please the refs? 2 to 1. A good lift, but the red from the other side now.
107.5 kilos of silver, followed by Olin with the VO for third attempt. Bar is
To me,
loaded.
the left one is fine. Right one is still questionable, but if in doubt, it should go to the benefit of the lifter.
Eva Infantino of France, 107.5.
Three white lights of
Three white
silver
lights, a
for
strong second.
Olin in third place.
Not as grindy as her squat, that's for sure.
Well, in bench you use a far lower amount of muscles than in squats, so obviously
Bar is loaded.
very hard to grind as much as in squats. 117.5 now for Emily Olin of Sweden.
So now, do you think we see that same technique as opener? Or was the opener just want to secure a bench and she's back to her previous self?
I sure hope that it's closer to her opener than to her usual technique, or hopefully her previous technique.
Yeah, it could be the opener just slightly tweaked for a bigger arch or maybe a little sink. We'll see.
And no technique change whatsoever. There's a yellow from the center.
From New Zealand, 77.5
Yellow?
A red, sorry, for elbow depth. That would be. I think she should be okay with
Fire
depth, but
code.
this was pretty hard. I think she's gonna have to sink or do something just a little bit.
But as you said, like readjusting in 2 to 3 months is super difficult, and being back almost on par with your previous levels of performance is tippable.
Already very impressive. We'll see if she puts in the junior record. It's gonna be 121.5. Yes, it is. That is gonna be a tough call for Olin. Arya Mandano of New Zealand, 77.5.
Three-white
Nicely
lights. First
executed.
place
3
finisher
white
number
lights.
3 being host on the board next up will be Khalid. Iceland, same weight. Guys loaded.
And I must say, it's a very green scoreboard, but we've seen some tough seconds, so I don't think everyone is going to be able to score their third. But I've been saying this before, statistically speaking, that third bench, you know what I'm going to say.
Gary would say you go for something about a 40 to 60% success rate. Hanyam Khalid of Iceland now, going for 77.5.
Oh, she grinds it out. 2 to 1, a good lift, but one rep for elbow depth against Anium.
That was a solid third attempt. 5 kilo jump was the brave decision.
Bars loaded.
She managed to do it. 85 now for Julie Azi of Lebanon. Well, it's not an easy third, but she gets it, and it's 3 white lights. A good lift.
Soto Arcos Chile, 76.5 kilos loaded by half 219. Bars loaded.
87.5 now for Josefa Soto Arcos of Chile.
Figure out that Saudi top record
That is 3
9
white
kilos
lights.
jump. Guys
She gets it on the board.
121.5.
And despite
Bars
your
loaded.
doubts, this is proving to be a successful third round so far. 90 on the bar now for Annabelle Cox of Great Britain. It's going to be a reattempt, but the second one just seemed like a lack of strength. Oh, this one's better. Has 3 white lights and she gets it.
71.6
There's the
meters.
90 on the
Bars
board.
loaded.
So different scenarios, but she ends up going 2 for 3 in the both
Bars loaded.
events we've seen.
92.5 now for Ellie Weinstein of USA, trying to pull further away from Hala and Olin.
Three white lights in the steering wheel.
3 white lights, someone that's really doing great today.
77 meters. Bars loaded.
Speaking of athletes who are doing great, Hala Hikal of Egypt is going for 95. This one's just too heavy.
Yeah, it was going to be 50-50 anyways. 19.2.5 was a personal best of 2.5. It was already a little grindy. You don't want your back to cramp up too much or to risk anything. You only have 20 minutes to warm up for deadlifts afterwards.
Absolutely. Now that I think about it, that could actually prove troubling for Rolling, because she's going to be last out in bench and one of the first out in deadlift.
Yeah.
Eleni Guerrera now going for 95.
Lots of leg drive. Very segmented on the way up. Are the glutes okay? Yes, seems like they are, but one blue for downwards movement.
Congratulations to the participants. Okay, so as we'll see, the bar is loaded.
I don't think the whole bar dipped.
Yeah, I think she did very well not to let the entire bar dip. It was definitely uneven, but that's allowed as long as the whole bar does not move downwards. 97.5 now for Sadia Shavi of Norway. Trying to get into bench bronze for the time being. Powers through, and it's 3 white lights. That's provisional bronze.
Okay, Olivia Soto and your teammates are about to become national finalists in All-In. Bar is loaded.
And to guarantee a bench press bronze medal, Leire Unaichea of Spain. Looks good. How about that? 3 white lights, it's a good lift and a guaranteed bronze.
Yeah, she manages to make her third best the best attempt of the day.
In the Philippines with the big press gold medal in All-In. Bar is loaded.
Top 2 now. Eva, another 2.5 kilos. She's been ruthlessly consistent so far.
It was a personal best of 2.5 in the squad. Looks like a new personal best of 2.5 in the bench press event. The favorite of today, Eva Fontino, goes 6 for 6 and PRs everywhere.
Yeah, it's looking like she'll be untouchable, but of course, you can't know until we get to deadlifts. And one final bench remaining. The bench we were waiting for. It's 121.5 kilos for a new junior bench press world record for Emily Olin of Sweden. The 117.5 was quite heavy. Can she power through the 121.5? It's 4 kilos more.
It's been a year. She's battling against herself. The record is hers. It's been established in Druskininkai, Lithuania at Euros Junior in December 25. But with the new rules coming in, bench took a hit. Is a year enough to adapt?
It's a big push, and she gets the bar up. And it's three white lights, a new junior bench press world record for Emily Allen of Sweden. What a fight it has been. It
That's just
took her
so typical.
almost a year to recover from the hit her bench took with the bench rules change, but she's back. She's officially back and only a kilo and a half off the open world record. So I'm sure she has her eyes set on that. She takes the bench press gold. Infantino is in silver with 110 and Ormachea is in bronze with 100 kilos. The chip from the record could prove vital in the fight between Olin Hala and Weinstein for silver and bronze medals.
Absolutely.
We'll be back in about 19 minutes time for the deadlift showdown to decide who the champion is going to be and who's going to stand on the podium. We'll see you then. And just like that, we're back for the 2026 IPF World Sub-Junior and Junior Classic and Equipped Powerlifting Championships live from Sun City, South Africa, presented by Eleiko and SBD. My name is Raza, joined here by Alex for the final showdown in the deadlifts. Here we have the projected totals. Infantino has increased her opener by 7.5 kilos, so she's really gonna pull so much further away from the remainder of the pack
Yeah,
than
let's
we've.
be honest, with that opener, she could already seal the deal for the 57 world title.
Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable presumption. I think we also had a small increase from Olin.
Yeah, a +5, that does change a whole lot of things.
Absolutely, she's now within a reasonable shot of Weinstein after openers. First out is Hanem Khalid of Iceland, going for 147.5, also increasing by 7.5. Seems to be no issue.
Ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen, please get used to the intake schedule. First, 160 kilos in backward, followed by a bigger upward in side.
So after the increases, the fight is more between Weinstein and Olin. Hala or Eleni would need pretty significant underperformance on deadlifts from either Olin or Weinstein in order to get onto the podium. But of course, stranger things have happened. We're gonna see. Up next is Leire Ormaechea of Spain, opening at 150.
Hey guys, as per
Has
usual,
three white lights, a good
as
lift.
per usual, our first teammate of this fight will be followed by Charlie of Lithuania. Fires loaded.
Up next, dropping the opener by 10 is Josefa Ignacia Sotoarcos of Chile. A nice clean opener, hopefully giving her some room to get 3 deadlifts on the board.
Three white lights in the books. Up next up, women's champion, same weighting for 165. She'll be
Got
followed
the
by Rose
momentum
of
back a
Finland.
little bit on bench.
Fires loaded.
Up next at 155 is Sadia Shafi of Norway. Oh, a little bit of a wobble at the top,
And welcome to
and
the
that's going to
World
cost her. It's blue
Sub-Junior
lights across the board, unfortunately.
opener from Sweden, 157.5. She'll be followed by Anne-Marie Hoff.
In a case like that,
Fires loaded.
do you go slightly up?
The thing is, she's not in podium contention, so there's no need to be overly aggressive. I probably wouldn't, especially considering that she's missed a few attempts today already.
157.5 now for Emily Olin. She'll be getting a 446.5 kilo total.
Looks like she had every reason to bump
Three
her
white lights in the
opener
books.
by 5. 3 white lights, a good lift for all in.
157,
It's still going to take some pretty big jumps from her to catch up to Weinstein.
She's nominated with 172.5. I don't think she can reach 172.5 by the second, but she could be close.
I think the tactical decision here would be to go for 170, try and get ahead of Weinstein.
Agreed.
Aria Mandino of New Zealand going for 160.
Somewhat sticky towards the top. 2 to 1, a good lift, 1 red for lack of lockout.
Anne Hoff, 162.5. She'll be
It's sort of
followed
a,
by
yeah,
Anne-Marie Hoff.
strange segmented motion at the lockout, sort of bobbing her head forwards. We'll see how much further she can push. 162.5 for Annabelle Cox of Great Britain.
Three white lights for Cox. She's on the board.
Deadlift seems to be on form. Julie Azi of Lebanon is up next at 165.
Three white lights, but a difficult opener. And body language tells me that she's not super happy about this one.
Yeah, with conventional deadlifts you can grind, but you don't want to grind your opener. 170 now for Hala Ikal of Egypt. Already a 10 kilo personal best.
Super smooth opener. Three white lights. She has quite the gap to cover if she wants to end up on the podium, but don't get it twisted. Finishing fourth would be an amazing achievement when she was nominated 11th and she's had to personal best every movement.
Absolutely. She already smashes her personal best by 10. 180 now for Eleni Guerrera. That is three white lights. Good lift. It looks like it's between her and Hala for the fourth place. So who would you have on top?
The thing is, in such tight weight classes, it could come down to the second pool and we could see double misses in the third round. So who's going to try and overreach? I need to wait and see that ticket because Ella has announced 180 and it seems reasonable.
Ellie Weinstein now 182.5 and seems to be no problem.
Oh yeah, she's smelling blood. She feels like she has an opportunity. Clear favorite for second. Avantino seems far, but that's a very solid deadlift. If Eva were to go 1 for 3 in the deadlift, which I don't think is going to happen, there would be an opportunity for Team USA.
And now the final opener increased by 7.5 up to 197.5. Eva Infantino of France. She's gonna get a total of 482.5. She's gonna be well ahead. That is a slow opener. Is that normal for her?
Do you remember the squat event?
I do remember the squat event, but grinding out a deadlift like this is very taxing.
It's very French,
That's also true.
but that's 482.5. The closest lifter as we speak is on 457.5.
Yeah, she's got plenty of buffer room, so even a small jump here, I think, would make her unreasonably far away for Weinstein and even further away from Olin and the rest of the pack. Now, starting off round two with the only lifter off the board as of now, 155 for Sadia Shafi of Norway. Still not the most secure in the lockout. This time it is three white lights, so she's on the board.
On the board, number 8, Vivian Anika with a challenge 157.5. Following target will be over to Ecuador in the purple halter. Fire goals.
157.5 now for Hanyem Khalid of Iceland. 10 kilo jump, a personal best of 2.
Media social plus
That is three white lights. She's a kilo off her personal best total.
157.5.
And there's a chance he gets the PB, but it's not going to be easy because I think another 2.5 could make that lookout even stickier. Even getting that bar moving is going to be more difficult. And it was a quick flight too. It's been fast paced, 20 minutes to warm up, in and out the platform, so she could be running out of stamina too.
Absolutely, the body's very tired at this point. Leire Ormaechea now of Spain, going for 160.
Three white lights on the first lift.
Three white lights, a good lift.
Social plus clear for 165 to be followed by handover to the same lift. Fire goals.
Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos now of Chile, 165. I think this was about where her opener was meant to be. Still fairly confident.
First lift.
He actually arrived to deadlift with more confidence, a better day. It would have been a reasonable opener, but I think it was a smart choice to reduce the first attempt, still go up to that planned opener, and maybe she can drop another 10.
From that second, I wouldn't count it out. 165 now for Arya Manhino of New Zealand. The opener was a bit strange towards the lockout. Let's see if second goes a bit better.
Looks just about the same,
Three white
but
lights
this
on
time
first
we
lift.
receive a 3 white lights, no red for lack of lockout.
Yeah, I think the lockout itself was stronger on this one, more convincing. The technique was very similar.
Fire goals.
Emily Olin up next at 167.5. She's going to be at 456.5, a kilo behind Weinstein before Weinstein makes her second attempt.
Yeah, oddly enough, they're not shooting for a provisional second. Maybe they're feeling the pressure from Hala. Based on how easy that was, I probably would have bumped it up by 2.5. Just, you never know. Maybe Heli goes 1 for 3 in the deadlift and you're super happy that you took the upper hand with the second.
Absolutely. We'll see. It would take her another 15 now to beat what Ellie does for the second attempt if she's successful. Which, I mean, it's not a totally unreasonable shot.
No, I wouldn't count it out for sure, but if you have the opportunity to take the upper hand, just do it.
Annabelle Cox now at 170. Oh, just stops at the knees. That is unfortunate.
It looked more like a technical issue to me than anything, because the opener was pretty fast. It
Yeah,
looked a little different.
opener was decent. Julie Azi now of Lebanon, 170. 165 wasn't particularly easy.
Yeah, remember, body language was turned off. Not happy about the opener, so it's either you use it as fuel or you let it get to you.
Oh wow. That is a grind and a half. Unfortunately, just can't lock it out.
She has grit for sure, but strength isn't there to lock it out.
Calories followed by Lorena St. Weinstein.
Hala Hikal now of Egypt. 180 kilos. Gonna put her at 442.5. Then it would take another 15 to get ahead of All In. She already put 10 on her deadlift personal best. Putting another 10 now.
Stellar progress being made, but this is what you need if you want to go from 11 to maybe podium. For now, it is 4th position for the Egyptian. And what a day she's having. The
Yes,
suspense is killing her, but I don't see anything wrong with the lift. We're going to rely on the flags once again. 1 is going to be wide, 2 and 3. It is a good lift for Ala Hikal.
Next up,
do you think she has another 15 in her?
To be honest, no. But are they gonna load it? Maybe. But first they need to look at Eleni's deadlift to see if there's pressure coming from the back.
Well, Eleni Herrera of USA going for 187.5.
Well, if I'm Hala in Team Egypt, I might load it.
Yeah, I think it's totally reasonable to do so. This Guerrera's second attempt, not as convincing. Will take her another 10 to get ahead of Hala.
You know what? I'll be more than likely looking at deadlift medal in Hala's position.
195 now for Weinstein. She gets this. It's going to be a big ask for All In to overtake her. was a breeze.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good lift. We're just gonna have to throw the flags up in the air once again. But I'm gonna be honest, I think Emilia Olin can absolutely deadlift 182.5 and surpass that 470. However, I also think Ilya has one more deadlift in her.
Oh, absolutely. She would then need just a 197.5, and she's definitely strong enough for it. Only thing Olin would be hoping for or counting on would be a mistake in execution. 205 now for Eva Infantino of France. This is for a total of 490.
Yep, one that could seal the deal for the world title. 4 years in the powerlifting game, in a long-lasting collaboration with our coach Gwen Breton. This could be our first world title.
Now, you weren't lying about her deadlift. It's 3 white lights, a good lift.
I told you, I told you. She's spectacular and entertaining to watch, that's for sure.
Where do you go from here? I don't think.
Just add some chalk on the bar, make it slightly heavier, and that she'll be fine.
A jump of 1 gram.
Are we mocking the future world champ? What's happening, Raza?
No, 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 no. We are mocking the bar, the weight, the way she can handle it. The weight should be ashamed of itself.
She's making the best of White Lights Media being there. That's what's happening.
Oh, right. Yeah, those are going to be some amazing photos. So she's at 490. Don't think she's beatable.
She might be biddable for deadlift gold, but I think that's about it unless Edie and the USA can pull off a magic trick. But they have yesterday in the 59s, so don't count them out.
Absolutely. 160 now for Sadia Shafi of Norway to start off round 3. There's 11 attempts between us and crowning the world champion. Now that is unfortunately a no lift, something not feeling quite right.
On a side quest note, Eva Infantino is already on 115 good lift points. In terms of best lifter overall, that is one to take account for.
Absolutely. It's going to be a pretty tough number to beat.
Yep, 57s are up there in the good lifts points ranking system.
165 now for Leire Ormaechea of Spain. Jump from 10th to 19th deadlift, from 8th to 7th in total. It's 3 blues, unfortunately, no lift. Now you were saying that a jump of 2.5 might prove troublesome. She's jumping 7.5 up to 165. Khalid Hanem of Iceland trying to improve her deadlift and total personal best. It's going to be a big ask. She has nothing to lose.
Exactly. During the third round of deadlifts, lifters tend to find that extra gear, empty the tank, so we'll see. I'd love to be proven wrong.
Gave it a good go, but unfortunately that is a no lift.
We've seen a few powerlifting meets. Sometimes we're gonna get it right. It's gonna happen.
If you take enough shots into Josefa Ignacia Soto Arcos going for 170.
Not surprised, as this was supposed to be 5 over opener, 3 white lights, a good lift, and a nice way to finish.
Number 7, down 8. Bars loaded.
170 now for Annabelle Cox of Great Britain. Did not get it on her second attempt. She's coming with the determination of the last hole. And just not there today, unfortunately, for Cox.
I'll be honest, it's still quite surprising. Having a bad day happens, but going from 4th on nominations to 9th in the weight class, -5.
Now, I think something was just totally off with her squat, leaving, what, 20 or so kilos. Just so happens. Julie Azi of Lebanon reattempting 170. Nice tough work, but locks it out. And it's 3 white lights, a good lift. What a fight.
Yeah, and that's a solid way to finish. Guess she's had a pretty bad day, let's be honest, compared to what she expected. Maybe opened up too high, but finishes on a high note, which is good.
Arya Mandano now going for 170, another 5 kilo jump. Second attempt was more convincing than the first. Come on, lock it out. And that's 3 white lights.
Great attempt selection too, because 2.5 more was needed to match her PB total. They did not go for that, just took what she had on the day. She collects all 3 deadlifts.
Absolutely. She's done very well in terms of attempt selection. I think it was 8 for 9 or even 9 for 9. Emily Olin now dropping down to 172.5. They are protecting the bronze medal. They are not going for silver. This is surprising.
Yes, it is, but 172.5 is a matched personal best. PB total of 3 at hand for Olin. And team points are important for Sweden. Oh, shit.
There's a marvelously easy third attempt for Olin.
But look at her, she's super happy with it. I'd rather see that than her miss while trying to pull her for second.
Absolutely. I think that has now completely discouraged Egypt from attempting a run at the bronze medal. We're going to see if they put an attempt change, but they have not.
I would love for them to
yet,
put 187.5, because that would be provisional deadlift bronze.
Well, does not look like it's happening.
Do you think it's a case of not looking at the scoreboard, or they don't think she has it?
I think it's a case of protecting 4th place, and although what is strange to me is that they are not at least trying for deadlift medals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 187.5 was deadlift bronze.
Just bump it 2.5.
Yep.
Well, in any case, Hala Hikal of Egypt, she's going for 185. She's had an amazing performance here.
Yeah, the deadlift medal would have been 50-50, but I still would have loaded it up. Once again, she has to withstand the suspense of the lights, but 3 whites. That's a massive personal best of 47.5 in total.
It's crazy. It's over
Yeah.
10% increase.
Let me progress 10% from one competition to the other, and you would hear it on Instagram for about 3 months.
Oh, for sure. Eleni Guerrera now going for 190. This will not change a thing in terms of rankings.
Yeah, 187.5 provisional bronze was already difficult. Fourth is too far above.
Behind the bar dips.
So we're staying fifth in the weight class and guaranteed deadlift bronze now.
From the USA, 205 kilograms on the bar. Bar is ready.
205 now for Ellie Weinstein. Not going for deadlift gold.
Yeah, it's just another interesting call because 2.5 more was needed because she doesn't have body weight advantage over Infantino.
I,
And the second pull for Infantino was not easy,
I really don't get what she gains from this.
and she probably had it too. A few questionable calls at the end of this session, but 3 white lights. Your vice world champion Ellie from the USA with 480.
297 grams. The two securements are eligible for the 7 kilo world champion.
And the final deadlift of the 57s will go to the junior world champion, Eva Infantino of France. She's going for 210 kilos for 495 total. That is massive. That is nearing the 500 kilo mark.
Wait, PB of 2.5 to increase her PB total by 5. Eva Infantino is battling at lockout.
Now
The
for a second
junior world
grind. Come
champion in
on.
the 57s is doing it.
There it is.
I told you, Razi, I told you 3 white lights for the world champion.
That is just an incredible finish. Wow.
Silver in the squat, silver in the bench press, and the gold medal in the deadlift event. 495. Massive performance out of a junior 57.
Somebody please time her attempts, the duration from start to finish, and just calculate her overall time under tension as opposed to any other lifter. This is just insane.
I remember you after the opener looking at me like, was that an opener at 197.5? I was like, don't worry.
So in deadlift rankings, we have Eleni Guerrera in bronze with 187.5. We have Ellie Weinstein in silver with 205. And we have Eva Infantino in deadlift gold with 210 kilos. In the total rankings with 461.5 and a new bench press world record, we have Emily Olin of Sweden. Silver goes to Ellie Weinstein of USA with 480, and the junior 57 world champion is Eva Infantino of France with a dominant performance at 495. Thank you for being with us for this exciting session. We'll be back again at 2 p.m. local time for the men's 66 kilo juniors. So we'll see you then.
your gold medalist, first place, with a squat of 182.5 kilograms from the USA, Ali Weinstein. Congratulations, ladies, well done. On to the bench press medals now. In third place, your bronze medalist with a bench of 100 kilograms from Spain, Leila Ormeta Kratos. And in second place, your silver medalist with a deadly of 110 kilograms from France, Eva Onfotini. And your gold medalist with a new world record of 121.5 kilograms from Sweden, Emily Olin. Congratulations, ladies, well done. Thank you. Now for the deadlift medals. In third place, your bronze medalist with a deadlift of 187.5 kilograms from the USA, Eleni Correa. Your silver medalist with a deadlift of 205 kilograms from the USA, Ali Weinstein. And your gold medalist with a deadlift of 210 kilograms from France, Eva Okontini. Congratulations, ladies, well done. Thank you. Now, for the total medals, your bronze medalist in the 57 kilo junior women's class with a total of 461.5 kilograms from Sweden, Emily Olin. And your silver medalist vice champion with a total of 480 kilograms from the USA, Ali Weinstein. Your gold medalist champion of the 57 kilo women's class with a total of 495 kilograms from France, Eva Okontini. If you can, please be upstanding for the national anthem of France. Congratulations, ladies. Gather on that top step there for a photo. Plenty of room. Congratulations, and thank you. Please join your peers for one last lap around the